Good morning, good people. It's me, Kyra. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys some tips, tricks, or just some tips on how to increase your credit score and how I took my credit score from the mid 500s to close to 800 now. I should be hitting the 800 threshold pretty soon. And if you stay until the end of the video, I'm going to give you guys a tip on how you can get all three of your credit scores for the low price of free. Okay, so let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to tell you guys to do, that is, I kind of feel is self-explanatory, but if you're not really familiar with your credit scores or credit reports, this is something that may be new to you. So the first thing I'm going to definitely tell you guys to do is to get your credit reports. And right now, so as of right now, when it comes to pulling a report, annual credit report usually only allow you to do one pull one of your reports. Do an annual report for each bureau one time a year. So it's annually, so it's one time a year. But right now, because of the coronavirus, as of today, me recording this, which is May 15, 2020, they are allowing people to actually do free weekly reports. Weekly, not annually. So you can run your report weekly, and it's not going to hurt your credit score at all. It's just you accessing to see what exactly is going on with your credit, anything that you owe, any balances due, anything like that. So right now, until April 2021, you're able to get access to your free credit report for each bureau weekly. So do that first. So that's the first thing you want to do, is to actually look at your credit report, see what is on there that is impacting your credit score badly. So if there are late fees, if there's collections, if there are some things that you can dispute, if there are late payments, if there are high balances, that's another thing. If you have high balances on your credit card or anything like that, that's something you want to pay attention to, because you want to start to pay that down. So just give yourself, just look at an overview of what exactly you have on your credit report to see what's owed, what can you tackle right now, what will help get your credit score back up if you have a low score. Let me give you a disclaimer, because I'm already into this a couple minutes. This is not something that, the tips that I'm giving you and the things that I'm telling you in this video are not things that you can just do overnight. Within 24 hours your credit score is going to go up 500 points. Like, no, and it's also free, because I know some people that have paid for credit services. Like, I know someone told me that they paid like $120 to get some service, and it'll take the debt off, and it's, but my thought is, why don't you just take that money and pay towards the debt? That was my thought. So I'm not going to give you anything where you have to pay for it. I'm also not going to give you anything where you can do a quick trick and it's gone up 200 points overnight, because honestly, that's kind of unrealistic, at least in my experience. So what I would definitely say is to go through your negative remarks. If you see anything on there that is a little off, you can dispute it. If the creditor don't really have the accurate records to prove that you should be on this error is in fact not an error, then they have to remove it from your credit report. And then you want to actually also look at the accounts that you have available that have been maxed out. So if you have a credit card, if you have a Care credit card, you have can't even talk, American Express or anything like that, you want to make sure that you see how much you owe, how much you have on that, and then you try and decrease that amount, because that's one thing that will really help boost your credit score. Another thing you want to do when you're looking at, and all of this is based off what is on your credit report. So look at what's been charged off, what's in default, and things like that. And then from that, you can look at, like for me, my student loans were in default, so I was trying to really get my credit card down when I first started. And then of course the federal loans came after me and was like, sis, you gotta get this together or we're gonna take your money. And I was like, I'll just give you money, don't threaten me like that. So The one thing that you can do when it comes to like late payments and things like that, you can also, when it comes to late payments, you have any late payments, you can always reach out to the creditor or the lender or the company and see if you can negotiate something where if you can pay it up, can they remove this from your credit report? They don't have to, but it doesn't hurt to try, right? So another thing that I would say that really, and this goes back to your maximum being maxed out on your credit accounts. One thing that would definitely help you increase your credit score is to lower the amount that you have when it comes to your debt ratio. So if I have $5,000, that is my credit limit, and I spend $5,000, then that's going to mess up my credit score. But if I have $5,000 and I spend that 30% that a lot of people talk about, and I spend even less than that, if I spend like 120 or 300, if that's the most that I spend, then it will allow my credit score to, if I pay it down, let me redo that. If I have $5,000 cap and I spend $5,000, that's not going to look good on my credit because my utilization is like 100%. But if I use 30%, which a lot of people say, but I don't think a lot of people elaborate on exactly what they mean by the 30% when it comes to utilization. It doesn't mean use out of $1,000, use 300 and keep 300 on your credit. No, it means out of $1,000, the most you want to spend is that 300, and that's it. If you go over that because of the utilization is 30%, it looks better when you have 30% or less when you are using your credit versus using the whole thing. So I was told a long time ago that when you have credit to always use 300, like if you have $1,000, just use $300 and just keep that on your account. And it made no sense to me. And I understand now why it made no sense, because the person that was explaining to me, who didn't have a good credit score, they didn't know what they was talking about. Just getting off disputing things that are on there that looks a little janky, that don't look like they're supposed to be on your account. Definitely do that. Make sure you are reaching out to your creditors. Make sure you're reaching out to any companies that may have some late payments. And think about this, after your 30th day of being late, that's when the information is reported to the credit bureau. So try and make sure you're paying your bills on time, and if you can't pay them on time, reach out to those who owns the credit, anybody, utilities, anything that will allow you to not, and try and negotiate or try and figure out if there's a way that you can change your credit. That is a lie. I am not understanding what I'm saying. So when it comes to late payments, what you want to do is you want to actually reach out to the creditor, the lender, or any organization or the company that payment is under. See if you can negotiate bringing the balance back, because more than likely you're going to be collecting interest. Bringing the balance back down to the original amount, or if you can negotiate maybe extending the grace period. And if you know you can't pay something, contact them before that goes to late, so that you can at least have a record that you've reached out to them and you told them, hey, I need a little bit more time to pay my bill this month. You want to also make sure that maybe there's some hardship programs that you can be a part of when it comes to not being able to stay on it when it comes to you paying your bills, right? So one thing that I want to definitely say when it comes to all of this, you definitely want to make sure you have the habits in place to make sure that you are managing your debt properly, because that is all that a credit score is. It's basically a grade of how you manage your debt and how well you manage owing people money. That's pretty much it. That is the reality of it. So back to what I was saying, you want to make sure that you have healthy habits, healthy spending habits as well. You want to make sure that you're not living above your means, especially when it comes to credit. You can't afford it. If you are someone who says, okay, well, I want to get, and I was doing this before, but I wasn't in a position where I should have been thinking that way. My thought was, okay, I got a cashback credit card. I'm going to pay everything on my cashback credit card and pay it off. Wasn't paying it off. So that's how I ended up getting into debt and owing, and it wasn't worth the $2 or $3 or $4 that I was getting back to have to pay $30, $40, $70 in interest. It doesn't make sense. You're losing money, and that's where it comes. Like, that's where the whole thought of you're losing money, that doesn't make sense. You're not gonna make back anything, right? I feel like that made no sense. You're not really making, it's not really an advantage when it comes down to it. So when it comes to paying your bills, that is basically a no-brainer. Like, pay your bills on time if you can. And like I said, if you can't, reach out to lenders, reach out to companies, organizations to see what you can do, what opportunities you have, or what programs are available to people in your situation. And that is pretty much it. Oh, another thing that you can do to help boost your credit score is if you know someone that is willing to put you on their credit card, they have good credit, you know someone that's willing to put you on their credit card as an approved user, ask them, if they trust you, ask them if they will be willing to do that for you, because that will boost your credit score as well. Especially if, let's say, for me, let's say I asked my sister if she could put me on that credit card, and she has like $6,000 worth of credits. She has a $6,000 credit limit, but she only uses like $200. That'll make my score go up, because now that's pulling from her credit card. I don't have the credit card, but it's pulling from her credit card because now I'm an unauthorized user. So that goes on to my credit report, and it boosts my credit score. And it also looks like my utilization is lower because there is a higher limit. There's a higher credit limit than the initial credit limit. One other thing that you can do to boost your credit score, and this is going to be, it's more specific to one credit bureau, is to use Experian Boost. Using Experian Boost will help boost your credit score for Experian only, really. It does, you are able to report your own things, so it does pull from any phone records, utility bills, like I have my light bill and things like that. It does allow them, Experian does use that to boost your credit score. So that's another way that you can, and I've done that, and it boosts my credit score over 800. And using my current credits report, and then the things that I also had to add to them, that is something else that I would definitely say you guys should try and see if you can use to boost more specifically your Experian credit report or credit score. So now for the bonus information, how to get your credit scores for free, all three for free. Okay, going back to what I said about Experian Boost does help. Not only does it help you get your credit score and get your credit together, it shows you your credit score. So that's the first way that you can get your credit score. That's the first credit. Now mind you, we have three bureaus. You got Experian, you got TransUnion, you got Equifax. So Experian Boost does help boost your credit and also give you your credit score. And that's something that you can check on monthly. It also shows you your credit report. So that's something that you can track. If you have banks, if you have like a Discover card or Capital One card or anything like that, you can also see your credit scores. But what I do have a credit card and I do have my credit score. But what I do is, not only do I have Experian, but I also have Credit Karma. And no, this is not a sponsored video. I feel like it sounds like one, but it's not. Credit Karma is, of course, it is a place where you can actually look at your credit score. You can look at your credit report. You can check your credit report. So that's kind of like in between, going back to the annual report. When I'm kind of in between and I want to see how my credit is looking and my credit report, I kind of check it often. So I'll go to Credit Karma, and it's free. And so that provides you with Equifax, and it also provides you with TransUnion. It provides you with the credit report, and it also provides you the FICO score, the credit score. So there's the three. You have Equifax and TransUnion, which you can get with Credit Karma. I haven't tried Credit Sesame, but you can get with Credit Karma. And then you have Experian Boost that also provides you with a score. So even if not the exact score, you can at least gauge to see around what. So if all of your scores are like 650 and up or 700, then you know you're at least in the high 600s, 650 and up, or in the lower 700s. If you are at 800 on Equifax Boost, Equifax, Experian and TransUnion, then you know you're at least in a higher 700 score. That's the way I gauge it, because I don't think that what I see on the websites are true to the number that will be pulled if I was to run my credit for a house or a credit card or anything like that. But that is pretty much it. I'm gonna give you guys the three ways, give you guys the ways that you can get your 3 credit scores for free. Experian Boost, Credit Karma gives you both your TransUnion and your Equifax. And then if you of course have, like, I believe Discover has Equifax, or I believe Discover has Equifax, but don't hold me on that. I know that Capital One has TransUnion. So if you have some of a credit card of some sort or a banking account of some sort, then you may be able to also look at your credit score that way. That is it, you guys, for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you comment below and share with us something that you've done to help boost your credit score. If I've left anything out, make sure you comment below. Let me know if you like this video or you want to see more things like this. Comment below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched this to this point, you got some good information going. You got some tips that you didn't know existed. Probably did, but you like to hear my voice. You like seeing my face. Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you smash the like button. Don't smash it. Just don't break your computer. Just push the like button. Comment below and share with all your friends who you feel may benefit from this information. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.